December 24. I wake up at noon after a long night of watching Russian movies. I walk to my desk, sit facing blank sheets of paper, and ask the question, what will I do today? Jethro Tull comes to mind, and I write his words. Then a certain magic starts a process, unplanned, unmapped, but cathartic. My subconscious mind wanted to speak. It was only its tool from then on. You as a mathematician, you seek the irrefutable truths, whatever that means, and you want to know why is this a circle. You discover your present knowledge is adequate to establish this without any new facts. That this circle is forced on you geometrically. Remember, as a mathematician, you want to be lazy, meaning you do not want to resolve problems you have already solved. You want to recognize patterns and relations between problems. Want to recognize problems you've already solved in the past, albeit disguised in new forms. So where would you go from here? When you generalize the prototype circle to an arbitrary diameter, you can get stereographic projection of the circle onto the line. If on the other hand you rotate the direction of the diameter hypotenuse, here by an angle alpha, you will recognize an old problem of adding two sinusoids, or solving a linear equation in sine and cosine, like adding two weighted circles. In mathematics, can we go from a solution to a problem? If we do so, we may gain insights into the mathematical process, into solutions, into new problems using old concepts. But to do so, you need to think conceptually, playfully, and explore. What you gain is a connection between the different math topics and problems you've solved and possibly discarded throughout the years. They become ingredients in an organic thought process. You will discover for yourself iteratively in a personal journey of your own. We tend to fall into the depths of new problems as they come to mind. After hours, days, and years spent at a desk, I ask myself, how can I induce my students to feel the euphoria of connecting to the conceptual approach of mathematics? But I realize it isn't that difficult. Math, to me, is a continual process of recycling and reconnecting old concepts, the ones we were taught in grade school, the theorems we learned in geometry, to generate new perspectives and understandings. What I hope to make clear is that when approaching the most complex of problems, look back at the basics. Often what you will find is that math isn't about struggling through what you don't know. It's about recognizing what you already know because you knew it all along. In my case, I carry some problems, my dreams, nightmares, and self-talk. The object is to see connections when none were originally suspected, and to build one's own mental image of this connected and coherent knowledge. In this process, you may recognize old friends or make new ones, and they are called theorems.